Hello everyone. So first let's just picture this. A small Kirana store which has been running for 20 years in a neighborhood. But today with the growing demand for supermarkets and online shopping, how does it still stay relevant or profitable? I'm Marina Geston and in this video I'll be walking you all through my business data management project which explores Kochuparambil Stores, which is a local shop in Kottayam, Kerala. So as part of this project, I've collected 3 months of sales and purchase data from the store, and I've analyzed the sales data, gained insights from it, observed trends. So all that was done using Power BI and Excel, and these tools help me to mitigate the problems faced by the store. So first let's dive into the problem and then view my whole analysis process and the recommendations to ensure long-term growth for the store. Now, these are the three main challenges faced by Kochuparambil stores. So, the first one is fluctuation in demand. So, sometimes people prefer more dairy products versus snacks. So, there's no much of a certainty when it comes to the demand of certain products or the customer needs. Now, the second problem is the low profit margins. So, this means that even though there are many bestsellers in our shop, they may not necessarily have a good profit margin. So we have to find ways to mitigate this or contact the vendors for the same. Now the third problem is the increased competition. So apart from supermarkets or online shopping stores, we have three or more Kirana shops nearby in the same neighborhood. So after these new Kirana shops came by, the competition just became more stronger. So this also led to a decrease in sales or customer relationships. So this was the initial step in our analysis. So basically I collected both the sales and purchase data. So coming to the sales data was manually written by the owner in two different books, one for the credit customers and one for the non-credit customers. So the non-credit customers sales data was written day wise, where the product name, the quantity and the total price was noted down, and on the right side of this the daily purchased dairy items or instant food like batter or stuff like that are also noted down. So this was all written by the owner in Malayalam. Now coming to the credit customers, the store has about 6 credit customers, of which most of them are from the colony right in front of the shop. So one of the customers here is villa number 6. So we can see that the sales data for the credit customers are noted for each customer for the whole month, and this will be paid by that credit customer by the end of every month. Now coming to the purchase data, we have two separate bills. One of the stores is Danish stores, where products with a longer shelf life are purchased. So the second image shows the list of handwritten items from market vendors. So the purchase data was mainly collected to determine the cost of each priced item, so we can do a further profit analysis and then mitigate problems related to that. Now the next step was data pre-processing, where I have converted all these handwritten lists or the sales data to a structured format using Google Sheets. So I've used functions like SUMIF, COUNTIF, VLOOKUP to make this process more easier. And now all these there are 128 items in this whole shop, so I've categorized them into 10 categories based on their characteristics. So this makes the analysis process more easier and we'll be able to gain more insights for the same. Now we are all set to start with the analysis process. So the first step was analyzing the revenue and the customers. So first we can see that the revenue trend in the 3 months, that is from September 17 to December 17, we can see that there is a slight variation in the demand. So we can see a slightly notable spike in November, December. So this can mean that there is a comparatively higher demand in festive seasons. And when coming to category wise analysis, we can see that there is a significantly higher demand for dairy products. So And we can also see that they also contribute the highest number of quantity, like the number of items sold in a dairy products are also the highest, and also the total sales amount for that category is also the highest. So we'll be analyzing this more in the product analysis process. Coming to the customer analysis, we can see that credit customers contribute about 25% of the revenue. So we'll try to like use this information and also cater these credit customers more to retain their loyalty. Now when we like look into these credit customers more, we can see that the villa number 3, 5 and 6 contribute the most when it comes to the revenue of the shop. So we should be like focusing on forming a deeper connection with these key customers. Now the categories that I formed, the 10 categories that I formed from these 128 items are dairy, vegetables, flour, processed items, snacks, etc. So these were like categorized manually, and then I used VLOOKUP to them, add them to the sales or purchase data. Now our next analysis process is detailed product analysis. So after conducting a detailed product analysis on the category of dairy products, we have seen that about 86% of the revenue in the dairy category was by milk. So this means that the product with the highest sales in the whole store is milk, and it has a sales amount of over 45,000 rupees in these 3 months. And now coming to the fastest selling categories, dairy and snack items are sold very quickly. So here we can see that dairy and snacks contribute a higher average sales per day. Also, like when we look at the product wise average sales per day, milk is standing out again. It has like 17.8 units sold daily. Also, we can see in this graph that oil and instant food are like sold at the lowest speed. And coming to the average margin of each category, we can see that beverages have the highest profit margin, whereas dairy, which contributes the most to the revenue, has a significantly lower profit margin. So this is also one of the concerns here in our shop. And beverages, spices and masalas, they all have a higher profit margin, so we should be aiming to like boost their sales since they have a very high margin. And now coming to the product wise high profit margin, I had observed that products like small onion, vinegar, matchsticks and sodas, they have very high profit margin of more than 50%. So now we'll have to emphasize more on these products since they have a very high profit margin, and boosting their sales will actually help us improve the overall profitability of the shop. Now the next question is, how is this profit margin and this fastest selling, the average sales per day related? Like if one of them is positive, will the other also be positive, and how are they related? If some product is fast selling, will they have higher profit margin? We'll analyze them more in the next slide. Yes, so here we can see that these are like the top fast selling products and the slow selling products here. So after like observing their profit margin, we can see that only um, two of these items, the top fast selling items, have like high sales and high profit. So these are like brew and biscuit. Now as we saw earlier, beverages have a very high profit margin, and here we can see that they're also fast selling as well. So it would be a really good idea to like boost their sales. And now coming to high sales and low profit, we have milk and toffee. That means that these items are really high in demand, but we'll have to find ways to like increase their profit margin. Maybe like talk to the vendors directly, or find any other alternative ways to like purchase these items from other vendors. Now coming to items with high profit but low sales, we'll have to take measures to boost their sales or try finding other alternatives to like indirectly boost them. Now the least preferred items are the ones with low sales and low profit. So we have coconut oil and dry beans. They don't have profit or low or enough or good sales. So it's always better to like not repurchase them that often. They're like least preferred in the shop. So in this graph, the second graph, you can see that the top high profit margins are like above 50%, and when it comes to the lowest profit margin, it's like one digit. So we can see how much of a difference there is when it comes to the profit margin, and majority of them have a very low profit margin, and just a few of them have a good profit margin. So we should focus on these items more and try to find ways to like improve the profit margin of the other products. Now, since one of the challenges of this shop was high competition, I have conducted a SWOT analysis in the context of competition. So I've observed the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats of our shop, comparing it to two of the closest Kirana shops in this neighborhood. Now we can see that the strength our shop has compared to the other two shops is that we have a diverse product range. Our products are fast moving. It's like visible because our front shelf is like transparent, and we can from outside we can see the snacks or the other items in the front. And unlike other shops, we have a reliable milk supply. So, as part of my analysis, I had visited both the shops thrice in a 2 weeks time, and all these three times when I asked for milk, one of the shop didn't have milk at all. They don't really sell milk, and whereas the other shop they only had it once when I went the three times. So this means that our fast selling product, which is milk, is actually our greatest strength. So until and unless the others also start selling milk, it has to be our greatest strength, and we should focus on increasing our customer base when it comes to selling milk, and try to find other ways to like boost the sales. And also the main issue is improving the profit margin of our fastest selling product. And now when it comes to home delivery, one of the shops only provide home delivery for fresh chicken, when it comes to selling fresh chicken, whereas the other one does not have home delivery at all. So in that case, our shop has a strength where they give home delivery for almost all the customers nearby. And soft drinks is also a great strength to our shop, especially in summers. Now coming to our weaknesses, we in our shop tends to like focus on the regularly coming customers. We have a really small customer base, and most of the items are mainly purchased by them only. And when it comes to like the variety of products we have, our demand is like focused on certain products alone. For example, we saw that 50% of the revenue in our shop is given by one category, which is dairy products, out of which almost 90% is milk. So that means almost the most of the revenue is from one product, that is milk. And unlike shop number one, we had approach for this competitor analysis. They had a specialty called fresh chicken because they had a farm nearby, so they were known for like providing fresh chicken. Whereas the other shop, they had more of toiletries. They had specialized products like that. So our shop doesn't have any specialty. We just have like there are many products but in low quantity, and none of them is like special, except the fact that our milk is like the fastest moving product, but it's not like a specialized product for our store alone. Now when it comes to opportunities, we can definitely boost our sales when it comes to like if we like expand our specialty items. For example, bringing more dairy products, because dairy is like highly in demand in our shop. So more dairy products, or increase the home delivery, because the credit customers, they'll be like really favorite because they live nearby, and they can also contribute more revenue when the things are like delivered on time to them nearby. And the visibility of these main products, like I said before, we have a transparent shelf, transparent desk with many items sold. So this is also our opportunity, because in many in the shop 1 and 2, they don't really have a visible stock of items. In shop 2, the it's actually a very closed shelf where they store all the items, whereas in shop 2 it's more of a a different place. They have a high place, and the customers don't usually get to see what's inside the store unless they get inside and ask the owner about it. And when it comes to our highest profit margin items, we also have opportunity of like increasing scale sales when it comes to like focusing on these items more, and take different measures to like relabel them or find alternatives to them, or market them in a more efficient way. Now our main threats are like the competition from shop one, where they sell fresh products, fresh items, and the competition in price, because right now our shop can only afford to like sell products in MRP. But if the other shops uses a discount or different sales, if they take more measures like that, it will be a really great threat for our shop. Now if those things happen, and if we run out of fund because of um, our previous problem, which was low margin and in sales, now because of that, if we run out of fund, or if things go out of stock, our customer loyalty may actually shift to one of the other shops, and this can become a great problem in our shop. Now, after diving deep into the sales data and gaining data-driven insights, we now have a clear picture of actually what's happening inside Kochuparambil stores. We know what sells, what doesn't, what is more profitable. But just knowing the problem isn't enough. We should also know how to fix these problems. Now let's go and see some of the actionable recommendations so that we can improve the customer relationship, boost sales, profit, demand, and ensure overall growth for the store. As we saw earlier, one of our weaknesses were the lack of inventory management and limited number of products when it comes to limited range of products. So the recommendations for that would be real-time tracking and analysis. That is basically like using different tools. Many affordable tools are available where we can track or analyze certain products. For example, we can use barcodes to like make each product unique and analyze their sales, the purchase date. Things like that can really help in managing our inventory in a very efficient and optimized manner. And then we saw that sodas have a very high profit margin, so we can prioritize sodas more and make them more visible to customers so that we can boost their demand and overall profitability. Now when it comes to like promoting the slow moving items, we can use many other methods like offering seasonal offers, discounts, buy one get one free, value packs, like that. And when it comes to like planning the stocks, we have to like ensure regular availability of high demand items like milk, which is like the most revenue contributing item in our shop. So we have to ensure these items are always stocked and up to date, and diversifying their range, like introducing many dairy snacks or any other dairy products will also be beneficial to our sales. We can just try them out and see if the customers like it or not, and then accordingly move with the inventory planning. When it comes to our more fastest selling product, which are dairy products, we have to like ensure that they also have high visibility shelving. And when it comes to high profit margin products, we have to like make sure that these products are also like highly visible for a customer visiting the shop for the first time. So this can also help us boost sales, since higher profit margin can if they also have higher demand, this can be like really beneficial for our sales. Now, as we said earlier, one of our high margin products were soda. So, like relabeling them or replacing the soda with a with a more preferable product like lemon juice, we can just try this approach and see if the customers prefer lemon juice over soda. So having a juice shop or a lemon juice shop, or selling lemon juices instead of soda, or using that same soda for making lemon juices, can also be a a good idea when it comes to like boosting the sales of soda, with which is like a product with more than 50% high profit margin. So these tips helps us improve the inventory planning, inventory management process, and it also ensures that the product range is more wider and diversified. So this makes our shop more appealing for new customers. Now our next concern is like wanting to boost sales, profitability, customer relationships. So for that we have a few recommendations as well. So the first thing we can do is, we saw earlier that credit customers contribute 25% of the revenue and they only pay by the end of every month. So if possible, we can like slightly shift this the frequency at which the credit customers pay to like 3 weeks or a few days like that. So this can be a great relief to us for restocking the essential items. And now when it comes to dairy products which is like the highest contributor of our revenue and the fastest selling products, so this is like a really important category for us. So we have to like ensure that these items which have high demand are sold in a profitable manner. So we can follow measures like, we can try measures like giving instead of purchasing them daily by giving them the daily cost price of the milk, we can just suggest or negotiate with the vendors for post weekly payments, since the shop has been buying from them for the past 5 years. So it is quite evident that they have a very close relationship. So using that, we have to like see if we can use that approach as well. And now and now when it comes to like purchasing the items from Ganesh stores, which are long shelf life items, so we can reduce the purchase expense by avoiding over purchasement, or reducing the number of items we purchase, like the unnecessary low profit margin ones, so we can avoid them. And now when it comes to like improving customer relationships, we can go with measures like offering seasonal campaigns or exclusive offers to our credit customers or many other loyal customers. So we can send them messages like, since you have been buying from us for the past 2 years, we can give you such an offer. So this can really connect the customers with us, with the shop. And now and also advertising this home delivery option, it can also help us connect different customers and enable direct communication with them. So advertising these extra features like the home delivery, the offers available, can also help us boost sales. And now when it comes to the platform, we can use WhatsApp to like you for promotions, festive offers, sign and create signboards, or if there are like any seasonal deals. In case we want to like get rid of the slow moving items, we can also mention in WhatsApp or any other platform that we have such a offer for this, and if you can get it, if you can get it at this price. So this can also be very beneficial. Now finally, when it comes to the suggestions and improvements we can do to like ensure sustainable growth in our shop, we have 4 tips for that: differentiation, quantitative goals, sales improvement, and customer service. The first point is, we can offer unique products and home delivery. So we can like use a different approach, like bringing more diverse products, or stand out among the competitors. We can bring in a different product like the lemon juice we mentioned earlier. That would be a really great approach. And whereas bringing dairy snacks or any other product. Now, when it comes to like quantitative goal setting, specific metrics for improvement can be really beneficial. So it's always best to like collect as much as data from the business as possible. So like the sales data, the tracking the inventory, like the movement of the each product, and collecting the customers data, and uniquely identifying the products and their movement can really help us track the inventory. And enabling inventory management can actually help a lot when it comes to like boosting our sales and ensure that effectively things are bought and sold, and it really helps in the overall profitability of the shop. And when it comes to sales improvement, we can, like we mentioned earlier, we can use combo offers or loyalty programs, especially for credit customers or frequently visiting customers. And to like attract them, we can use um, different signboards or promotional offers in WhatsApp. And then we can introduce more dairy products or dairy items like curd, paneer, or cheese, or any sweet dairy products. And replacing soda with lemon juice or buttermilk can also expand the dairy options and also attract health conscious buyers. And the last tip is customer service, to like understand our customer base. Since we have a like limited customer base, it's always good to like know their needs and facilitate them more, and just ask them like casual questions and try to build a stronger relationship with these customers, and then knowing what they like, what they would love for us to like bring to that area as well. So just to know that in the current trend and their needs, this will be like really beneficial as well. So, like basically bringing unique products or more diverse products, setting different quantitative goals to like track or improve our to track our inventory and collect more data about our business in order to improve in the future, and then gather customer feedback, then engage in any community programs or start anything like that. That can actually be a different approach. And for the sales, we have mentioned many other uh, measures like the combo offers, diversifying the products, bringing alternatives. So these small but smart changes backed with data can actually bring huge results in the business. So these right strategies not only help Kochuparambil remain relevant or sustain its future growth, but it also helps it become a more smarter or profitable business in the future. Kirana stores like Kochuparambil stores has been a great part of our lives. So for these type of shops, it's not only useful to like collect as much as data as possible, but it's also really essential, especially in this generation. So that was my take on improving Kochuparambil Store's business by data-driven insights. Thank you so much for watching.